quantum jumping, parallel timelines, shifting, reality transurfing, manifesting. Now, these are all beautiful, metaphysical, deeper terms that we can use and we can make it sound very fancy and interesting. But what are we saying when we mean quantum jumping, making quantum leaps? We're saying making huge progress that would take people years to do, and reducing that into a couple of days or a couple of weeks or a couple of months. Quantum jumping. How does that work? How does that work? The reason it's called quantum jumping is because it has to do with quantum physics and the understanding that reality is not actually bound by time and bound by space. It is just one huge energy field, and we, with our limited one-sided view of consciousness, are experiencing that time and that space. Because we're being taught to think in these ways, it has caused us to always think in linear ways. This is my next step. This is the strategy. I need a certain amount of days to do this, and in a couple of weeks and a couple of months we will take these steps. So we're being taught to think very linearly, time-based. Quantum jumping, or manifesting, or shifting timelines, shifting parallel realities, is really about getting out of that space and time, and this is all inside, this is all internal, and getting to the person that you would be in that future situation that you want to create or want to manifest. Now, to make this a bit more practical, how do you actually go about this? I would say, instead of spending time on the strategy and the plan and the business plan and the structure and the layout, you want to use your time to not get distracted and to build it all in your imagination. And this is building a vision. But many people stop at a general vision. I would like to have this car, or I would like to have a big business. No, can you truly experience yourself in that future reality? Can you feel what it feels like? Can you work from the end goal back? Reverse engineer the process. Instead of waiting, instead of taking small steps, you can work from the end goal in mind. And you can reduce the time that something could take 5 years to manifest, a big project, by already seeing it completed in your mind, by feeling the person that you have to become to get to that point. You can reduce those 5 years into a couple of weeks or a couple of months. And I've seen this in my own life with projects I have built. I've seen this with people around me, and there is loads and loads of videos of people that talk about quantum jumping and manifesting a reality that they like quickly. Instead of building a vision, instead of having a vision board or a plan for the future, I talk about the mold of reality. We can shape our mold. So instead of just focusing on one specific area, this is in business what I want to accomplish, we can look at the whole picture. Can you imagine yourself walking around in the future that you want to have? What person will you be required to be to live in that future? The sooner you can shift yourself, and we can talk about frequency, vibration, parallel realities, but as soon as you make that switch to become the person that has the things or situations or circumstances or people or money or fame that you want, then you will be a match energetically, vibrationally, physically, emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually, to the thing that you say you want. You will still get there in the linear, normal way, but how many years of your short life do you want to invest to get there? Things don't have to take years. Things can take weeks. But that's depending on how quick you can make that switch, that internal switch of seeing who you want to be. So quantum jumping, I would say the jump is being made in your mind. How quickly can you see the end point, the goal, the vision, the dream that you want to get to? How clearly can you see that in your mind? Because the more clearly you can see it, the more you will be guided, instructed to take the right actions to get you there through the path of least resistance. This is the difference. There is a quick path to where you want to get to. I'm not saying there's cheat codes. I'm not saying there is get rich quick solutions to it. Although for other people it will seem that way, because you are going through the path of least resistance, while everybody else is taking the normal steps, working with time, working with deadlines. Whilst you are getting yourself into a frequency in alignment with that goal, and you will find synchronicities coming into your life, guiding you exactly on the path that you need to go to get there as quick and as beautifully as possible. Get away from linear thinking and get into quantum thinking. What if you could leave out time? Can you see this story play out much quicker than you thought it was going to happen? Don't bound and limit yourself by setting longer time frames. You don't have that long on this earth. Life is a very short-lived experience, this life. So why would you waste more years on something that you can do in less years by getting out of this linear way of thinking and moving into a quantum 5D parallel reality consciousness and get there quicker, become that person quicker, manifest that thing quicker, attract the right people to get you there quicker. And this is quantum jumping.